So you talked there about your fund and about the tokens you want to invest in. So before I ask about like specific metaverse things that you're investing in, um, what is your fund? Like, do you want to explain this for people? Because you were laying it out before we started, but for people who don't know what you're about to do, because it seems like maybe you're one of the first in the UK, definitely in Northern Ireland. But
Yeah,
do you want to explain what you guys are doing here first?
yeah, of course. It's really the big thing with the fund for me is to allow anybody to get access to crypto. So you don't have to worry about your private keys, your ledgers, your hardware wallets, all the fun stuff that comes with setting that up, but also the worry of losing it. So it was last October, a guy reached out to us from a Swiss bank and said, "To this product, can we sign all this stuff and you can show us it?" So of course I, signed it all pretty quickly. I was excited to see what it was. And it will be the UK and Europe's first ever crypto ETI product, which will allow the everyday investor, just like you and I, thought €100 upwards can go on to, for example, their Halifax app, Bank of Ireland app, whatever it happens to be, go to the Stuttgart exchange, one of the biggest exchanges in the world, and invest in CryptoClear ETI. We've got the approval from the Swiss guys. Again, it's good to go in quarter 1 of next year, but we're just building out the product offering, if you like. We're most likely going to start it as a blue chip fund, lower risk, Bitcoin, Ethereum, the real blue chips. And then over time, once that fund is a success, you can then venture out a little and go, this is a mid cap risk, or this is low cap, so it's a bit more riskier. And then on the crypto side, for those of you that are listening, I know you as well, Josh, are obviously heavily involved in crypto. We also have a DeFi fund, which we're working on at the moment. Again, if we get the green light from the right people, it could be launched next week, and it will allow people to put in USDT, stablecoin, Tether, USDC, or really whatever they wanted. You can put in Ethereum if you want, and then it diversifies it, just how I would invest. So really the goal of the funds, to summarize it, is to take what I do now on a personal level, what I've done over the past 6 years, and just put it into an investment product where other people can copy it, emulate it, get involved with it, but it's all above board, regulated, backed by the Swiss, backed by the right people, instead of, because I couldn't tell you so many people have came to me and said, "Can you take this bag of money off me and invest it for me?" I would love to, but I just wouldn't do it because I'd end up, let's just say, in big trouble.
Yeah,
To sum it up.
yeah. There's liabilities to consider.
Yeah, yeah, just a few, but
But that sounds so mad, man. Like you guys are the first in the UK and Europe, like the whole continent, and you guys are the first.
Yeah, well, yeah, one of the first. There's a few that are on their platform, which deal with a lot smaller of an assets under management. Where sort of the amount that we're talking about is big, big numbers. It's numbers that haven't been seen in these ETIs. I know you've Canada, you've the States, you've many other countries out there that are building these ETFs.
Mm-hmm.
I know Canada's got a lot approved, and America still has to get some approved.
Yeah.
But a lot of them as well, they're futures obviously as well. They're not spot, which with for example our fund will actually be buying the underlying assets as well.
Okay.
In both products, both the ETI product and also the DeFi product, will actually be going in with, let's just say, £100,000 and buying the Bitcoin, buying the Ethereum. So it's not a contract for difference, which
Yeah.
is what a lot of people complain about these ETFs. They come in, oh yes, a Bitcoin ETF's live, but when you look into it, it's a futures. They're just entering a contract to say, at this date, this will happen, I'll buy or sell, which is no good. You want the ones that buy the underlying asset, which is us.
Yeah. So how's this work then? So say, like, are you guys going to go in with, say you get like $100,000 raised, or yeah, €100,000 or whatever, and you go in and you buy that and you say, okay, so here's what we're going to purchase, like 30% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum. I don't know what else you'll have in that first fund. Maybe Cardano, XRP probably. Yeah, Dogecoin's maybe for the more risky ones later.
Yeah.
But you're gonna go in and you're gonna buy these with the 100 grand. So then, what happens when say in 3 months' time, myself or someone else was to log on and go, you know what, I've got 200 extra quid sitting around for, and you know, I want to stick it in some crypto, or I want to invest it, but I don't know what. And they come to you. Are they buying a portion of your portfolio of that 100 grand, or are they putting the extra 200 quid into it, and then you're purchasing with that?
Yeah, so that's the beauty of it. It's open ended, so there's no cap on it per se. The Metaverse Real Estate Investment Trust I was talking a bit about earlier, that will most likely have a cap on it and be a separate company. But in relation to these funds, both the DeFi fund and the Swiss ETI product, they will both be open ended. So with the Swiss, we need to raise at least €900,000. We've done that. We've got it locked in. And then with our DeFi one as well, just making a couple of calls over the past week or two, it would be stretching into the millions. Would be able to get into that. It's different when push comes to shove. People to tell you they'll put in X, Y, Z mightn't, but I'm pretty sure the majority of them would put in what they've told me to put in, because again, these are the guys that are high net worth individuals who just want to pass me the bag because I'm the expert, you know, in the crypto, and they want to go, you invest this. I don't want to worry about having to put 2% towards mana and sand and 12 towards Bitcoin or whatever. They just want to hand the money over. I take a small percentage and just, you know, a lot of people want to get involved in crypto but be blindfolded, which is very, very strange for me to say that, but it's also a pretty weird phrase to use. But people don't want to stare at the charts all day because it does drive you a bit crazy, especially during times like this where the market drops 10% a day sometimes, and then even sometimes 30%. So with these, you know, with any investor, whether you're putting in, you know, £100 or you're putting in £1 million, majority of people just want to hand the money over to the expert and see it a much greater ROI in 12 months or 3 years. But of course, as we know, a year in crypto is like 10 years in a market. So, you know, a year from now, the market could be in the dumps, or alternatively, a year from now, the market could be at 10 trillion. You know, if only we had a crystal ball and could tell where it's going.
Yeah. It's a difficult one to say. So, but essentially what you're saying is that then they're just giving you the money and you're investing it in the fractions that you have laid out in your fund. But I still can't believe that no one else has done this, man. It's so cool that you're the first. Yeah. And I love that it's coming from Northern Ireland. It's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, with the DeFi protocol, there are other ones out there. Just like the Swiss ETI, there are other ones out there. But they're, you know, just to call a spade, they're small fish. They're not managing the sort of money that we could get access to manage. So that's the appeal of this. It's not something where we're managing, you know, $60,000 is massive. But just as an example, there's one on the DeFi protocol which manages 60,000, and the sort of numbers we're looking at are in the millions. So there's obviously a vast difference, you know, with them to investment products.
So is it just so is it like who decides then what the portfolio split will be? Like, is it you? Is it like a council of CryptoClear? Or
yeah, so it'll be the company. It'll be the company, of course, you know, just for purposes of limited liability, you know, it'll be under the company's name. But yeah, it'll just be allocated where it's taken my dollar cost averaging plan, which is 15 assets that I've invested in over the past, I would say, 8 months or so. It used to be around 12, but I added a couple extra. XDC, CeeLo, and Solana were the three actually that I added extra. And so it'll just be emulating what I do on a day-to-day basis, or week-to-week, basis with a DCA, putting it into a fund that anybody can dip into and go, you know what, Johnny's performance or CryptoClear's performance has been X amount over the past X amount of months. I would like to diversify as he does, because even it will get easier, but even in something as simple as somebody going in and buying 15 different coins every time they get paid, it's a bit tasking. You know, some of them you have to buy on different protocols like Uniswap. You're being hit with massive fees and you're going, is it really worth it? Where if you can just put it into this fund and it does it for you, well, it's the golden ticket, if you like.
Yeah, no, it sounds fantastic. I mean, what you were saying about people it being difficult to watch the charts all day, like I would recommend to anyone that finds that difficult, hodl GME, you know, hold GameStop for 9 months, and then you will know what pain feels like. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment for us in the comments below. Let me know what you thought and if you'd like to see more of this from the show. Thank you, and we'll see you again next time.